Jameis, how many times you played in Seattle?
This will be my second time. Yeah.
What's the challenges in playing there? We hear a lot about the noise. Is it real?
Yes, it's loud. I think the challenge is just Seattle just has kind of like us. They got a winning tradition, so those guys really take pride in their organization and they like to win. Coach Carroll, he's a winning coach. Um, that's a winning team.
You, in that one start you made there, I think it was 2019, you had a really good day. Does that give you more confidence knowing I've gone into a pretty tough place and had success there? Can you pull anything from a
Yeah, you
successful
definitely
day
can.
in the
You
past?
definitely can learn some things, but I think they're a little bit different schematically on defense. But no, I'm definitely excited just to be playing in that atmosphere, and really just to get back to playing football. Like you have an off week, get back with your boys and head out west and go play a football game.
Hey, James,
So win
Sean's
one.
been really good after the bye week. Does he do things differently than maybe what you were used to in Tampa as far as how he handles the bye? Or are there some noticeable differences?
I don't know any noticeable differences. I just know Coach Payton, his sense of urgency this week has been his sense of urgency is always top notch. But obviously, just his sense of urgency, his leadership, and staying on us about preparing and staying focused was huge this week.
Jameis, you say get back with your boys. There were a lot more of them back this week. Is that?
Yeah, I mean,
Does
hopefully,
that energize the team?
definitely. I mean, hopefully we can get these guys out there and play this week, man. Like, I'm very excited for that. But we don't know. It's early in the week. But like I said, it's next man up mentality. Our guys that we have had, they've been playing their tails off, being relentless and persevering. So we're ready regardless.
How big do you guys feel though that the first 5 weeks you guys did a really good? You were really successful, but still feel like there's a lot of untapped potential in this team.
Yeah, the main focus is finding a way to win, right? The stats and the big plays, they're gonna come. They're gonna come as we get more healthier, as we get more of an identity of this offense. But our main key every week is like how can we win, and we do our best to achieve that.
Jameis, have you noticed in football for yourself any areas where you experienced more growth than others, or has it been kind of a collective growth?
Every year I try to find something to get better on. But again, this year I really just honed in about not worrying about the outcome or the result and just focusing in on the decision. That's it. And throughout the course of my career, that has probably been the most significant thing. Just because I like throwing touchdowns. I like the outcomes, right? Sometimes I don't like the result, but I've always been a player that lived off of that momentum. But now it's like I might throw a ball away. Shoot, I might not like the outcome, but it was the right decision. So just focusing on doing the right thing.
Jameis, can you describe Sean's attention to detail when you're doing the red zone stuff?
Yeah.
In particular, it seems like Saints have always been good there, but this year especially, 95% or something like that.
Yeah. Well, Sean always comes to me every Thursday. So I got some touchdowns for you. We just got to get there. So that's some situational football is obviously something that gets him pumped up. I think calling plays in general gets some hype, but we hone in on the situations, third down and red zone, and we like finishing with touchdowns. He always talks about the 4-point play, right? What is the 4-point play? That's executing third down so we can get 7 instead of 3.
Back to Mike's first question. Even if one or none or all of the guys who are returning from injured reserve this week get to play, how nice is it just to see them back in practice?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. You just can see it in their eyes, like just a sigh of relief, and like, hey man, I'm finally out here. At least I can give myself a chance, right? And obviously my energy towards them, like I'm excited to see you out here, right? I would love to give you a chance, but I think just as for a confidence thing, them get out here on the field and doing their best to get back and play is huge.
Jameis, you've talked about your relationship growing with Sean Payton. During the bye, did you get away from football? Did you study? How did you break down the balance of bye week?
Yeah, I did some self-scouting. This was my first bye week where Coach, it was a whole week off, right? So I asked him some things that I need to get better at. And he sent me a healthy text message of what I need to get better at, and I focus on those things. And I'm not going to share them with you, but I'm consistently getting better at them. But that's really it, man. I use this bye week to really cherish my wife and spend some time with my boys. It's kind of tough getting away from it, like 'cause we're in the season. It's an early bye week. Man, I really wanted to be out there, right? But in terms of just hopefully us getting healthy, us having this, you know, a breath of fresh air to get locked back and loaded and ready to play. So hopefully that's what this week did for us.
James, whether it was part of that text or not, what is something that now that you have 5 games under your belt you do want to do better?
I think just finding a way to throw a smooth ball in the underneath game, not firing the ball too hard to get those guys to handle it. I want to give nice accurate balls in the underneath game just so we can get some catch and carries more. We had some explosives, but I just want to be more accurate. I think that's what Drew was so good at, just being accurate underneath instead of it being a catch and tackle. Now guys getting 4 or 5 yards, and those yards really matter.
That's kind of be like an extension of the run game, even. Right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But I mean, you don't want 4 you want 4 in the run game, but if you can make an accurate ball to get you 7,
right,
you're taking that any day.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's all in the rest, isn't it? It's in the rest. It's all in the rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, but it is. Yeah.
It is.
But I mean, yeah. So I mean, you're really talking not just about accuracy, but like touch, right? Like just very catchable, the right speed, the right.
Yeah.
Everything.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously football is all about the inches and the details, but you have to certain guys, you got to have that ball where it's a catchable ball at the right place for them to advance. You know what I'm saying?
James, that Saturday game plan meeting where Sean kind of goes through the plays, is there like a level of chemistry between you and the coach, just being on the same page, maybe doing it 5 times? Does it get better as you guys get more used to communicating?
Yeah, absolutely. Man, but like on Saturday, like I'm ready to roll, right? And Sean is too. Like, so, you know, I really embrace those meetings where we sit together and we talk about the plays and what we like, and talked about the strategy, how they gonna play us and stuff. Like I get kind of amped when that happens, because I know tomorrow we playing a football game and ain't nobody gonna really, none of this stuff is really gonna matter besides how we execute it. So I get very hyped about that. It's really important to Sean. So yeah, it helps us. It's getting better. We've been on the same page a lot, but I mean we both love ball, so I'm rarely off his page.
You were kind of talking about when you're doing red zone. Sean was saying this will be a touchdown if we get there, right?
Yeah.
Was the pass to Marquez against Washington, the red zone pass he had, was that one of those plays?
It was definitely a touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, like that's kind of a good example of what y'all have done so far, right? I mean, it was just
no, they didn't play it like we drew it up. We wanted them to in and out. But are you talking about what's pass to Marquez?
It was the
in Washington
on the left.
Oh yeah.
We
got man coverage. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was awesome.
You
That was a great call.
with the possibility of rain. I mean, it's Seattle. You think be a possibility of rain Monday night?
I mean, I think I throw a good wet football. I'm just excited for football weather out here. It's supposed to be like 40s, 50s. Like, that's football weather, right? If it rains, it rains. If not, it's great. I know Seattle's beautiful. I mean, shoot, this time of year it's raining all the time in Seattle. So we're definitely going to be prepared and have a fun football game on Monday night.
Adam Troutman talked earlier about how physical your all's offensive line is and the mentality that you all have. Is that something you knew about the Saints before you got here, or is that something that surprised you? Because I think a lot of people think of your team as or at least this organization when Drew was here, playing in a dome, being, I don't want to say like a finesse team, but that's
man. I mean, I don't know who says that. I mean, I know since Drew been here, that offensive line has been solid. Like, we didn't have some monsters up there, and that's what we have here. Like, like I always talk about our offensive line. We got the best offensive line in the league. But yes, when I was over there in the Bay, we knew that the New Orleans Saints were a gritty football team, and I was more on looking at the defensive guys. But even our defensive front, right, heading with Cam and Trey Hendricks back in the day. And wait till we get David Onyemata. Like, we know that we win in the trenches. That's something that Coach preaches. Dominating the line of scrimmage. That's how we win each game.
I'm curious if these last couple of years, whether it was Drew going down last year, the hurricane this year, all the injuries this year, if there's anything that's kind of stood out as like a theme to you for how this team's always kind of able to
persevere. That's it. That's just this team, right? That's Coach Payton. You know, Coach Payton, he thrives in those moments where we have a little adversity. because that helped rises his level, and in turn, like he's our leader, we rise to that level with him because we got his back. But you know, sometimes you need a little extra push. Ours was Mother Nature this year, but you battle injury every year in the NFL, right? So that next man up mentality has to be something that is really never taken for granted, because guys have to be ready, no matter how young they are, no matter how new they are. We just got to be ready to play, and I think we done a good job of that so far. I think we've done a good job of handling the unfortunate events that we had around us. But then I go back to like just the city, man, right? Like we got people in this city, people really every day that's going through stuff way worse than us. So we got to embrace, you know, the little that we are getting, get closer together as a team, and go out there and take it out on our opponent.
James, I imagine you've been used to being under the microscope for a long time in high profile. I'm not sure I've covered anyone who's been quite as dissected as you in such a small sample size. I mean, I know you probably try to ignore that, but does the idea of anyone trying to get a feel for what you are and what this offense is through just 5 games, I mean, is that something you have to just tune out?
You know, like my biggest thing is that where I get excited for every single week is just like, man, it's gonna happen. Like with Coach Payton, like he and Coach Carmichael and Pete and RC, like I know they're up there dialing some up, man. And Chaney, like they coming up with a masterpiece every single week. But my main goal is I'm not worried about numbers. Like I know I can throw for 500 and 8 touchdowns, man. I want to get that W in that win column. And we've been fortunate to have more wins than losses, and we got to keep it that way. We got to stack some wins, man. So that's what I'm excited for every single week. Like how do we win this game, Coach? Like let me know that the numbers will come, and all that good stuff will come with it.
And while agreeing that the numbers don't tell the whole story, do you like 12 touchdowns to 3 interceptions? Does
Absolutely.
that speak to the efficiency so far?
It does. It does. But we're working for it every single day, right? It's a long season. It's the beginning of the year. I'm just excited to get back playing some football, get a Monday night game, and go out there and get another win.
And also several touchdowns, 50 yards. You know, several touchdown passes. Right? You're not throwing a lot, but you do have, like, I think at least 3 50 yards.
Oh, when the opportunity is there, we got to take advantage of it.
And so, and do you feel like that's kind of cashing in on the respect that defenses are having for the running game?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, we start in the trenches. We start up front. And Alvin has been doing a great job. Like, we got the best running back in the league, right? He's been doing a great job of carrying that load along with the offensive line. And like I said, when the opportunity is there, it's my job to take advantage of it.
Going back to something you just said about overcoming adversity with the team, you said that was Sean, and I've heard a couple people say like he actually really loves being in these.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. Like he thrives off that.
You see him like change?
No,
he's still the same guy. But.
Yeah, he just like, I just think in his years of coaching, he's seen how some of his mentors have shown him or led him to, like, hey, when bad things happen, you have to be the leader and carry the guys. Like, you have to carry the troops. And I think he embraces that. Yeah. And, like, that's why I said, when I first got here, I was like, Drew Brees. But I got here and I saw Sean Payton. I'm like, man, Drew Brees is a superstar, but this is Sean Payton's team. And that's just how he carries himself. He's one of the best leaders I've been around. And like I said, we follow him.